everyone, Reid Henrichs with Ridge. The purpose of today's video is to analyze socialism for what it truly is. And the biggest goal, besides collective society with the complete and utter lack of individual freedom and liberty, is to destroy everything manly. Yeah, you heard me right. That is their goal. They have to destroy anything that real men have created in order to implement their soy boy reality of beta maleship. Because that's really what they want. And I want you to think about it in any socialist state, like think California, New York, places like that, where the beta males have started to run the show. I want you to think about the commonalities between all. Yeah, well, I'm not even going to limit it to the United States. Look at pretty much all of Europe, with the exception of a handful of countries. We've got a lot of great people that watch the channel from Europe over there. I feel bad for y'all. I really do, because you used to be a society and a culture of warriors, and now you're a society and a culture of beta males that are literally pissing your countries away, like they're trying to do here in the United States. Normally, I take a more moderate tone on things, but lately I've just had a lot of things that have irked me with people on the left and socialists. Let me give you some examples of why socialism wants to kill everything that's manly, or how they are attempting to kill all things manly. Well, let's go to public schools. I taught public school for 3 years. I have absolute authority to talk about this because I have seen the attempt at demasculating or emasculating young teenage boys. They want to get rid of dodgeball because they think that it's too aggressive. Like, I'm sorry, but that's a microcosm for life. Like, you're either going to catch someone else's stuff or you're going to hit somebody that gets in your way. That's called reality. That's called life. That's called competition. They want to get rid of anything that has to do with male aggression. They don't want people fighting in schools. Oh, don't hit back, don't hit back. It's an entire generation of people that are told don't hit back. Well, what happens when the only solution to that situation is that you have to hit somebody back? What are you going to do if you've never thrown a punch? Like, I've coached football, high school football. I've coached high school sport. I have coached high school sports. Okay? And what we try to instill in those guys is they've got to channel their male aggression. Now, the other thing is other examples are firearms. That's seen as an extension of male domination, isn't it? That's real scary to all the leftists out there. But they want to get rid of firearms because they think, oh, that's too dangerous. The firearm is one of the greatest tools ever invented. The firearm has saved millions of people's lives. The firearm has saved countries. The firearm has saved families from rape and brutalization. But see, the socialists don't view it that way. They don't view it that way at all. They view it as the problem. Other things that you want to see that they want to get rid of. This is an obvious one here. Any kind of male chivalry towards women. Anytime you want to open a door for a woman, oh, that's offensive. How dare you don't think that I can do it myself. Giving a woman a compliment on her outfit. And I mean a genuine compliment on her outfit, not a sleazy, I'm going to try to score later compliment. I'm talking about a genuine appreciation for the beauty. That's seen as offensive now, or as sexual harassment. The attempt at emasculation of society is so obvious that to not see it, someone would have to be blind. So what do you do about this? What do you do about this situation? Well, first of all, the last time that a beta male's opinion mattered to me was never. Because they are so weak and they are so protein deficient that there's no possible way that they're going to harm you physically, which is why they want their big brother government to do it for them, because they're so used to tattling to teacher and getting their way that they have just extended that into their post-adolescent life. So we have to think about what we need to do as real men, as real leaders. And I'll tell you something, the majority of women like real men. They really do. For you guys out there, I know I've got a lot of teenagers that watch the channel as well. I couldn't imagine going to high school right now. Like, I just simply couldn't imagine it, because all the things that we were allowed to do back then would probably get us expelled from school now. But I want to tell you all out there, you younger teenage boys or young men, and also you young guys in college. I know I got a ton of young guys in college that watch the channel as well. There's no substitute for being a real man. There's no substitute for speaking the truth in the face of rabid leftist opposition. It's extremely attractive to people that are tuned into what's actually going on. I wanted to give you guys another piece of advice. Never back down from the truth, and never back down when you know you're in the right. Stand up for yourself. When you're in class and you hear all these idiot, effeminate, horribly weird people in class saying these things, stand up for yourself. Stand on your own 2 feet. Lift yourself up and don't back down from these people. Now, I want you to think about this. Masculinity isn't macho. Okay, that macho is, being this bravado, saber rattling like person over the top. That is insecurity. Like everyone sees through it. Everyone sees through the fake macho-ness when people try to do that stuff. Being a real man means that you believe in who you are, you believe in your cause, you believe in your purpose, and you believe in the truth that you discover yourself. That's what being a real man is. Never backing down, but also knowing when to back down as well. See, that's the secret. We don't have to fight everybody that challenges us, although that'd be fun most of the time. But there are a lot of people they deserve to be punched in the face. But a real man doesn't always go out and do these things. So I want you to think about what the left is trying to do. I want you to think about the assault on masculinity in our society. And I want you to stand up for yourself out there if you're a young man or even a man that's got experience, that's got a little mileage under your belt. All you ladies out there, you're like, oh, but what about us? I know you all appreciate a guy that holds the door open for you. I know you appreciate when a guy is willing to protect you. I know you appreciate when a guy has strong convictions and does it tactfully. And this is what this is all about. This country was not built by beta males. Okay? This country was built by guys that had a vision, that had a purpose, that were willing to use firearms to protect themselves against criminals and violent people trying to instill their worldview on the other people. So I want you to think about what this whole situation is all about, and it's really about standing up and being a man. When I was a young kid, my dad always told me, son, be a man. Be a man. Now what that has meant over the years that I've discovered has been all the things that we just talked about. Speaking the truth, not backing down in the face of opposition. Always be willing to protect yourself and others for the right cause. Always standing up and being able to protect others who are weaker than you. That's what being a man is all about. Teaching the next generation of young men about what this country is all about and what being a man is. That's what being a man is all about. And the leftists, you can scream, bitch, piss, and moan all you want to. The bottom line is we're more armed than you are, and we know how to actually use them, and we actually have truth on our side and can debate you into the ground because you have no arguments whatsoever except being a preschool child who likes to hold their breath until they get their way. If you found the information in the video interesting and intriguing, I've got some books that I'm going to put in the description box down below that I think that you ought to read. And if you want to have further discussions and you want to actually learn about what being a man is, there are plenty of people in your area that are probably as fed up with the beta male culture as you are. Go on out there, meet some people, do what needs to be done, guys. I really care about this country. I care about the next generation, and I know that the younger people out there, they know deep down inside what's going on. They're smart. The younger people are a lot smarter than people give them credit for. This is Reid Henrichs of Valor Ridge reminding you, the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. We'll see you on the ridge. So as a woman, what is the most unattractive thing that a guy does as far as a lack of masculinity?
Skinny jeans and vegan special snowflake diets. And I say this as someone who has a special snowflake diet.
Yeah, she is practically a vegan. She really is.
Not by choice, but yeah.
Okay, now we have had students that wore skinny jeans, but I mean, they're not beta males. But I mean, what is so unattractive about all that stuff?
It's weakness.
What do you mean?
It's weakness. When a man projects, I cannot protect you, and I'm unwilling to protect myself because it's just too much. And that whole violence thing, I think that's so passé, and we need to evolve past that as a species. Oh no.
Yeah.
Negatory.
Yeah, that's not an issue in our relationship.
No, it's not.
Right. So we think about other things like this. What is it that people, like, you see the emasculation of the American male? I mean, you've seen this progress in your lifetime. What was it when you were growing up, when you were younger, and what is it now? What is the biggest transition that you've seen as far as emasculation?
Gosh, I would say in the clothing, in the speech patterns. Is another one.
The speech pattern? Everything
that I've seen from the soy boys, the emasculated males, is a trepidation in speech. Well, I just feel, it's like, have a freaking opinion.
Like if you talk to them in a normal voice, they'll get scared.
It's true.
Like I've walked up to someone and said, hey, how's it going? Like just a normal, bassy, normal male voice, like scares them.
Yeah, it is. And I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it is a hesitancy from a lack of solid foundational truth. If you don't have solid foundational truth that is internalized, then you're a sail that's blowing in the wind, that's not, tied down.
All right, so if you had some advice for like younger guys out there, like the teenagers, maybe younger college guys, if you could give them any advice, like maybe they're a little bit shy around women, but they've got that manliness inside of them, like they like guns, they like talking, about wrestling and boxing and jits and all that. Like, what advice would you give them? Strength
with poise, and I think solid biblical principles.
Okay,
that's just me. Because when I see a person, well, I have my man here.
I just walked into it, man.
I know. I'm trying to help you guys and girls out there. Like you too can find love. I like to see men that are strong and firm and resolute in their faith and willing to take a stance on truth. I think that maybe a misconception with a lot of guys that they think, oh, if I don't look like, this, or I don't, have this chiseling or whatever, like Mark Henrichs said, cuts don't make you strong. Cuts don't make you strong.
He's pretty strong, dude.
Mark Henry's awesome.
Yeah, he's a strong guy.
Yeah, cuts don't make you strong. And strength is attractive to women. Strength that is built on a deep knowledge and experienced truth of a foundation, that's what's attractive, I think, to quality chicks.